You're absolutely right. We are proceeding to meet President Putin, and one of the things I'm going to be doing is to have a bilateral meeting with President Putin to discuss the BRICS summit as well. So that matter is still under consideration by ourselves in South Africa, by our government. We are discussing this matter on a continuous basis. And I have said, both in South Africa and elsewhere, that in the end, I am the one who will make the announcement about how this BRICS summit is going to be made. It's going to be held. So that is what we will do. And of course, we are going to be listening, as I said, to President Putin as well. We are going to put forward the various key elements that I articulated to him and have a discussion with him. Like today, we had a very robust and very fulfilling discussion with President Zelenskyy. If you were a fly on the wall, you would have heard the number of viewpoints that were exchanged between us, because we went into greater details and depth than what you are able to ask us to respond to. So there are many issues that we covered, and as I said, we had a very honest discussion, and we are hoping to have exactly the same with President Putin. Thank you. Ukrainians feel that they must fight and not give up. The road to peace is very hard. It's not easy. And even Nelson Mandela, when he wrote his book, Long Road to Freedom, he also knew that it was not easy. But at the same time, even when it was most difficult, even for us who felt that we should continue fighting against the apartheid misrulers of our country and we shouldn't give up, he said, we've got to find peace. We've got to make peace, because he also realized, as our leader, that the continuation of the oppression and exploitation by the apartheid government was wreaking a lot of suffering and damage to the people of South Africa. And that's why he said, let us make peace, knowing that peacemaking is not easy. It is very, very difficult. And I say this not out of disrespect for the people of Ukraine. I do believe that they have a deep sense of feeling, and today we even told President Zelenskyy that we not only recognize their viewpoint, but we also respect how they feel about the war that's going on. But we also said there is a need to bring this conflict to an end sooner rather than later, because all conflicts do in the end have to come to an end. And the best way is to bring a conflict to an end before everything is lost. And this is the message that we've put forward. And we're also here to share the African perspective, because we have a perspective. Many countries in Africa have had conflicts which have been resolved under very difficult and different circumstances, where people struggled to find peace, but finally knew that peace had to be made and it had to be found, however difficult it is. So without being, minimizing the suffering of the people of Ukraine, we are saying that's the proposal that we're putting on the table. And we rather pleased that President Zelenskyy has said, yes, let proposals be put on the table so that the march to peace can also have a number of participants. And we as African countries have chosen to be some of those participants and to make our humble, very humble contribution, a contribution that recognizes the many other proposals that have been made. And if you look at a number of the proposals, there are a number of similarities. They connect somewhere, and in the end, there can be a foundation for peace, and we hope that through these efforts we can all join in helping to bring this conflict to an end.
Dear friends, so many people think that President Ramaphosa has failed in his mission because President Zelenskyy has made it clear that, of course, he is not willing to talk any peace unless the Russian troops leave the country, and after that they can talk peace. So many people are saying he has failed. One thing that President Ramaphosa has assured President Zelenskyy with is the fact that he is going to meet with the president of Russia after this, and that is President Putin, to discuss and see how they are going to concert, and he's going to brief him on all that they have taken as decision. And so far, a lot of people are asking the question if it's going to really work. So guys, it's really confusing whether Putin will accept or not. What do you think about all this visit and the answer of Zelenskyy so far?